2 weeks ago, I was slated to host the Imbue Biz Online Summit. The driving force behind that summit is a recognition that the language and concepts and constructs of business do not reflect the entrepreneurs of today compared to, say, the entrepreneurs of 100 years ago when many of those concepts and constructs and language originated. Around the time that Imbue Biz was intended to be hosted, the outrage about the death of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter conversation had rightly taken center stage worldwide, and it was abundantly clear that that was not an appropriate time to host an event like Imbue Biz, no matter how well intended. What was also abundantly clear, at least for me, was that it is a time to listen, particularly as someone who identifies as white or Caucasian, to the voices of those who are historically underrepresented when it comes to the typical stage that you see entrepreneurs on. And to that end, I've decided to postpone Imbue Biz until September, and in the meantime, host the Undiluted Summit Series every Friday in July from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. And the goal is to yield the stage to lesser heard but critically important voices. So entrepreneurs who identify as Black, as Indigenous, as a person of color, as a member of the LGBTQIA2S+ community, or as a female entrepreneur. And obviously those are not mutually exclusive. And so the intention is to hear stories from these entrepreneurs as to either how they feel the world needs to shift and evolve, the world of business, in order to allow people like them to show up undiluted as their undiluted selves, or stories of how they have had to dilute themselves and to show up as in ways that they wouldn't prefer but have had to do in order to succeed and thrive in the world of business as it stands currently. And so if you are an entrepreneur who has something to say on that topic, you can submit your name and short talk at undiluted.biz for consideration. Or if you're like me and are eager to listen to these perspectives and these stories and important viewpoints on these matters, then you can find information on the schedule and how to register at undiluted.biz. And as speakers are confirmed for the different events, I'll be listing them on the website. So thanks so much for your time, and looking forward to listening a lot in the weeks and months ahead. Take care. Cheers.